this is my first video, so bear with me. I've never done this before, definitely feeling nervous about it, but I've wanted to do this for a long time, and I might as well start now. So, a little bit about me. This channel is going to be whatever I want. I like makeup. That's kind of what we're going to do today, is get ready and talk about what I want for a channel and kind of the things that I would like to be doing. I'll probably get on and talk about my opinions on things, commentary, drama, and that kind of stuff. Also just reviews, makeup videos, full looks, anything that I decide to make that comes to mind, really. Anything that people subscribe for, or anything that people tell me that they would like to see. That's probably what I'm gonna do, whatever I like. So today I think I'm just gonna do some super simple makeup. I don't feel like doing full glam, and I'm not going anywhere today, so that's not unusual. But yeah, I think we're just gonna start with a little bit of eyeshadow and eye makeup, and I'll just talk about me and the things that I would like to do here. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, also with this Goodness Glows Burt's Bees. This is pretty much gone. This was really great for the summer because it's really lightweight and a little bit glowy, but it's not overbearing. And now I'm kind of been mixing it with this little bit of a thicker one so that they're just more satin instead of just matte or just glowy. That's usually what I go for. So for the eyes, I think we're just gonna use this LA Girl Nudes palette. I have several palettes, but this is the only one that I have that's like nudes or like everyday makeup, I guess. I mostly stick to bright colors and over the top makeup for the most part, but yeah. So I'm gonna go in with a deep brown in my outer corner. Yeah, I will start there. So in general, I wanted to start YouTube because I don't do a lot. I'm just like a stay-at-home mom. I have lots of time to watch YouTube, obviously. And when 2019 ended and 2020 started and everything happened there, I had a new baby, so I was definitely just staying inside and bored all the time. And I had to find something to do during the day because TV wasn't cutting it. I couldn't just sit still and watch TV anymore. I had a lot of other things to do. I had to take care of a baby, and I had to clean my house and all of this kind of stuff. So it was like I can't sit down and stare at the TV for the entire day. And YouTube was kind of like I could listen to it and just set it down somewhere and go feed the baby and then go wash the baby's clothes and then go do whatever else I needed to do. And it kind of got me by not working, because until I got pregnant, I really enjoyed work and getting out of the house and everything. So once I decided, like, oh, I actually like YouTube and watching it, I was like, hey, I could do this since I can't go back to work right now, and since there's a pandemic, so literally not a single person is hiring. And yeah, so that's when I really started watching YouTube constantly. And then like also like all of the Dramageddon stuff. If you guys know anything about that, like Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star getting called out last year for things that they did to James Charles and said about James Charles in 2019. Everyone knows about that. So whenever that happened, I got into like drama channels really heavy, because up until that point I was kind of following Shane and Jeffree. Like I had started to see like, oh, I don't think they're good people, and like I think they're faking it. I don't think they've really gotten better. And so when all that stuff happened, I was just watching everything, just like, okay, I definitely can't support these people because they're just being shady at this point. And it started with Angelica Oles, Smoky Glow, T-Spill, Spill Sesh. There's just like all of these different channels that I started watching just like every day. And I always thought that it was really cool that they could just like share their opinions and just not care, I guess, what other people thought, and that they would just get in front of a camera and just be like, I feel this way, and if you don't like it, then, you know, whatever, you're still watching me. And I thought that was cool because of just like the confidence aspect of it. I started thinking about myself doing it, and I couldn't think of a single thing that I wanted to do. I definitely just kind of, oh man. Oh, I forgot to add, I did put on a clear eyeliner or eyeshadow primer. I just had cut that. I did that off of camera because I don't look good just rubbing primer into my eyeballs like this close to the mirror. But I did that, and then I did the dark brown on the outside, and then I did this like pretty much just a shiny light pink. It's really nothing. It's easy to wash off, and it's not gonna be a super big mess here before bedtime since I'm literally not going anywhere. But anyways, I just was not, I was like, oh, I'm not confident enough for that, and also I won't be confident enough for that. And here I am trying it with no idea what I want to do still. But I do know that I want to talk, and I want to talk about things that I like, and I want to talk about my opinions on things that I don't like or things I do. And I also want to do something that I feel like I enjoy doing, and I need a hobby. Like I want to have a hobby that actually means something, and that's, you know, I feel like I can do something with, even if that's like just having some people listen to me talk or whatever every day. I just would like to just do something, you know, just like get started and talk about whatever I want to talk about, and do makeup videos when I want to do a makeup video, and do like some sort of like life updates or vlogs or whatever it is, and, you know, just do it. So that's kind of what I've been telling myself, is to just record myself talking and see what happens. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so this is eyeshadow. The next parts are probably just boring stuff that you guys do like all the time by yourselves. We're just gonna put on mascara, do my brows. Right now I just kind of use like a setting spray and a brow powder. Doing that, and then we'll come back and I'll put on some lashes and some eyeliner, and we'll start on the base. This, and then these are Ardell lashes, and I think we're gonna go in with this Faux Mink 817, if that'll focus, here on the bottom. And one of the things that really made me want to start talking on YouTube was, well, I guess like the latest thing was all of the David Dobrik stuff that's happening right now, because I was never really a fan of David's. I watched a few of Elijah Koshy's things when I was young, you know, junior high, high school, but I like remember them being together, and I remember them posting the video on her channel when they broke up, I'm pretty sure, but like that was it, you know. So when all of this stuff came out, I didn't have like a bias or anything to go off of. I didn't already love David or hate him. Like, I just was kind of indifferent to it. And I had always, from hearing people, he always just sounded like such a nice guy, and he always sounded like kind of like the like Vine YouTube sweetheart almost. Like people thought he was just great. And it was crazy when the Insider article came out about Dirty Dom, which we're not going to talk about. And after that, it's like this entire new personality just came out about David, you know? Like, we literally just watched people who had been on his side for years, or people who had left his group of friends are now suddenly, like, talking about how awful it was. And it feels like everyone who liked him was just like, oh, wow. Like, he was nothing like what we thought. And I think that's interesting. It's interesting that people can completely hide, like, recklessness and lack of care under just like, oh, you know, David, he's just so goofy and fun and exciting. And in reality, like, that's not what it is at all. He's not just fun and exciting. He just doesn't care about anything or anybody else, you know. And so I've been watching all of this. Oh man, I can't get this out. So I've been watching all of this, like, discourse about him happening, and from an unbiased point of view, like, he just seems really fake. And I never got that impression from him, but I don't know. So there's one lash. I'm gonna go off camera for a minute and do this side's eyeliner, do this lash, and then, okay, so we got this eye on. Now we're just gonna clean up the eyeshadow underneath, start on some base, and keep talking, I guess. All right, we're back. I got this eye on. We did the eyeliner glue, put on the lash, and now we're going to get started on the base. So the first thing I'm going to do for my base is a primer, and I'm actually going to use, we're going to go in with the Maybelline Master Prime base. This one has a blurring and pore minimizing effect. That'll show. And I really like this. It will break me out if I don't wash it off in a few hours, or do a really good face routine like that night before bed, because it is very like silicone-y, kind of oily feeling almost, but it does work really well. And especially for like my dry spots that I have where foundation tends to separate, this kind of helps prevent that from happening. So let me grab a brush and a sponge and I'll be right back. A lot of people aren't going to use a sponge to do their makeup, or I mean primer. I have actually other primers that aren't as oily feeling or as thick, and those ones I tend to just rub on with my hands, since I wash my hands and everything before my makeup anyways. But this one is just way too thick, and I hate the feeling of it on my hands. Oh, so as I was saying with drama, and I know I was talking about David Dobrik and all of that, those are just some of the things that make me want to start YouTube, because I feel like there's never enough opinions out there, you know? And I know a lot of people are like, well, if you're just watching the same stories like over and over again, told by different people, like, there's no way that's going to keep entertaining you. Like, certain people have said that when I talk about YouTube or whatever I watch. And it's just like, I mean, yeah, in a way, but also everyone has a different opinion, and everyone can bring a different, like, view to the front focus. And there's room for everybody to tell every detail of their opinions, because it's like, yeah, maybe we all as a community agree as a whole on what's right, but there's so many different, like, assets below that, you know, that people can feel, and people can think differently than each other, and I mean, that's okay. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about YouTube right now, especially the commentary community, is that you have the option to just share what you think and you have the option to just talk about it, and it doesn't have to be like, well, other people are already doing this, because it doesn't matter, because nobody else's opinion is going to be word for word exactly what you feel, and you might bring something forward that nobody else has thought about yet. And I think that's really cool, but also that's a really nice way to transition into like a better place, a better world, I guess, is to just make everyone know that your opinions can be heard and you can agree on things, and we can still hear everybody out and give everyone a platform and a space, as long as they're being reasonable and not dangerous. But yeah, and I think that makes me want to join even more, and even makes me want to put all the anxiety aside and just give it a shot, because like, why not? All right, so I've got everything I need out now, and like I said earlier, we're gonna mix me spray. I have a hard candy glow setting spray, sheer envy. I'm just gonna spritz that on my little kabuki brush. I guess not kabuki, my foundation buffing brush. And I'm gonna do the Burt's Bees, this glowy goodness, and then some of the Pro Matte Infallible. Open. Alright. And I just kind of start from the middle and just swirl it out. After this, I'll go in with a bronzer and a highlight, and that'll be close to finish. I've also been subscribed for a while to a girl named, I'm gonna probably butcher her name, Atia Walcott. She's awesome. She has absolutely like changed like viewpoints of self-confidence for me and things, because she's just been doing such uplifting commentary and just advice and sit down talks and all of these different things where it's just like, wow, I love seeing creators who are so positive. And she talks a lot about how if you want to do something, just do it, you know, and you can't feel insecure, and you can't be scared, because then you'll never do the thing you want to do. And I really like that too, and that's another big reason that I have really gotten into preparing and trying to work up the nerve for doing YouTube, is because of people like Atia, who always are just so uplifting in their content, and no matter what, they want to see people do better. And I like to think that I'm the same way. I like to see people do better, whether it's get more confident, or stop being a shitty person, or just dropping habits that they know that they shouldn't have, or that are hurting them. You know, I love that. I live for that. So that's what I'm doing here, is doing something for myself and changing and growing, and we will see where that takes me, I guess. I like this foundation a lot together, because it just looks so much more skin-like than a lot of the other foundations that I've tried, which I've tried a lot of drugstore stuff, and that's about it. But the last several months, I've kind of been on a hunt for like a good solid foundation, so maybe I'll find that one day. Okay, now we're going to do a bronzer, which I think we're going to use this this little bronzing palette that I got. It really doesn't work. I mean, it adds a little bit of color, and it's got a decent mirror, but I bought it thinking that it was just going to be, I don't know, bronzer, more pigmented. But I was pretty disappointed in that. And then at the same time, I bought this is a highlighting, illuminating palette. And I don't really think it does anything either, which, I mean, sucks because I would like to have a good highlighter and bronzer palettes, but these are not it. Regardless, I don't have any really good bronzers, so we're gonna use this again and give it a try. I've only used it a few times because I just get frustrated with it, but we're gonna try it again. And I think I'm just gonna use, I guess, this one down here. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And I'm just gonna dip it a few good times since I know it has issues coming up. Enough. That's not too bad. I will say it spreads pretty well when you get it on the skin, but I feel like I just have to like dip it into the pan so much to get any kind of pigment. But I also have a lot of issues with my skin that I'm working out right now. Hiram is helping me fix those. So the spots here where I have to bronze and everything and contour has always had acne scars since I was a teenager. It's always been pretty rough. So that's always something when I do my makeup that I have to worry about. It's just the texture that it's gonna be when I contour. And maybe you guys will see a bit of that skin journey too. Maybe it'll get better. So we're basically just doing lots and lots of bronzer. And again, it's like, once it gets on there, it's good, but that's saying if I can get it enough on the brush, you know, because I'm like literally just like, and like that's the color that I'm getting, you know, it's definitely not super pigmented, I guess is the word. But I'm gonna keep using it because I did buy it, and like I said, I haven't used it much. I haven't given it a ton of chances or anything. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little bit on my nose, and then we will move on. Okay. Wow. Why? That's barely any color at all. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with that same bronzing palette, and I'm going to do this like a banana powder. But thanks to my yellowy white skin, this is okay. I'm going to use this just to cut the crease a little bit of my contour. Wow, that one doesn't work either. Okay. I mean, I can see it, I guess. Okay, but we're definitely not using that powder to set. Hey guys, sorry about that. I guess my SD card got full, so I'll have to empty some stuff out tonight. All you missed was I did like a setting spray, and I also went ahead and put on a highlight, and I was basically talking about how that e.l.f. bronzer powder doesn't work. Okay, so now for my last step, we're gonna go in with this, it's called Lip Mosa, and it is by Profusion, and this is a relatively newer line that they did. I know everyone has already done wine themed makeup lines, but I loved it. I thought their stuff was so cute. This is the only thing I've grabbed from it, but I'm definitely going to try out more because I really like Perfusion. And this, what is this actually called? It's a soft matte lip tint. So I really like this formula. I'm not a fan of lip products in general. I'll wear them just to complete a look, but almost everything just irritates me or annoys me. I don't like how things feel when they get really dry. I don't like things to be super sticky. So it just kind of is like an in-between. But we're going to use this, and then that'll be the last step for today. And I think we're done for today. So thank you so much for watching. I've been recording for about 40 minutes. I'm not sure how cut down it'll be. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of empty space cut out, and awkward silences and stuff like that. But thank you so much if you're watching this. I would love it if you would subscribe, comment, share, whatever, and get me out there. I know this is my first video, so it's definitely not going to be the best, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll be here to watch more in the future. So thanks so much.